This is J. Krishnamurti's discussion with young people in Saanen, 1967.
First, what shall we discuss, talk over together?
Love.
What would be important?
Love.
Love?
Yes.
You're all very young, aren't you? Really want to talk over that? Right? Shall we? Let's, if I may suggest, let's keep this talk or discussion or whatever we do very informal. It isn't a speech by me or a talk by me, but we might together, by exchange of thought, ideas, feelings, not casually, but more or less informally, talk over things that we think are important and not merely reduce it to a verbal exchange of ideas. Shall we do that? I wonder what we mean by love. What does it mean to you?
Another person quite the same as myself. No?
Je n'ai pas entendu. Didn't hear you.
That I love another person quite the same as me, as myself. Right? Do you understand me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yes, you can hear.
Are you saying that when I love the other person as much as I love myself?
Yes.
Is that an idea or is it a fact?
It is a fact.
Huh?
I think it is a fact.
No, don't let us, if I may suggest, define or explain what we mean by love. But can we, without going into definitions, can we find out what we mean by it? You know what I mean? Look, I don't know what it means to love, right? And I like to find out what it means.
On one side it means to want somebody.
Wait, sir. I like to find out what it means, right? Now, how am I going to find out? How am I going to find out what it is, what is love? Not how to express it to another or the relationship to another, but what is the flame that we call love? What does it mean? Per se, in itself.
Generally associated with emotion. This is how we actually associate it.
Is it generally the question says it's in it there is implied emotion, sentiment. sensory excitement, sensory pleasure, sex. Is that what we mean by love?
Among others.
Among others. No, you see, let's establish a basis for exchange of thought. Too strong, sir, sorry. I really don't know what it means. Let's suppose I really don't know. And I want to find out. Right? And what is the necessary requirements to find out? I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Do we have loved someone?
First got to know what we're talking about.
Huh?
We've first got to know what we're talking about.
That is what? We are using the word, the question is, what is love? Right? And how are we going to find out? By merely defining what love is? The church has defined it one way, society has defined it in another, and there are all kinds of deviations, all kinds of perversions, all kinds of demands around that word. Sacred, profane, immoral, moral, family, you follow? Now, to find out what it means, mustn't I be free of all that?
We have to approach it without any ideas about
That's
it.
right. That's what we are trying to do. Without any conclusion, without any ideas, we must find out. Can we do that first?
Sir, may I suggest that we're making it more difficult for ourselves to find out by carrying on in precisely the way we're carrying on now?
Then how am I to find out, sir? I don't know what it means. I know what church said, I know what my family said, I know what society says, I know the whole thing. I see it all in operation around me. And I don't know what it means. How am I to find out?
Are you asking us?
Yes.
But I suggest that is something I cannot tell you, and I don't think there's anyone else here who can tell you.
Wait. You see, you're already come to a conclusion. You already said that nobody can tell us. That means you have already blocked. I want to find out from you. I want to know what it means.
Enjoying your senses.
Enjoying your senses? Is that what we mean by love?
I do.
You do, but does it mean that?
Adore someone?
You see, adore someone, sleep with someone, hold hand with someone, company of another, the emotional exchange, companionship. Is that what we mean by love? That has been the norm, the pattern. And when it becomes tremendously personal, sensuous, limited, society has said, no, or religions have said it is much more than that. And not knowing, rejecting what society, church, family, parents, all that have said, I want to find out.
I must find out how I can become free to look. The problem is to be able to look, and I am not free to look. And I must find out what it is that's standing in the way. before I can look.
Wait, sir. You mean I must be capable of looking? inquiry. Right? How do you begin to inquire? Here is an immense problem, you follow? In the East, here, everywhere, this is an enormous, complex problem. And you can't reduce it by saying, well, my love expresses itself in sleeping with somebody. It means nothing.
As long as I live out of my ego, love is impossible.
You see, you have already made a statement. You have already said, as long as something is, the other cannot be.
So the instrument we're looking at is our mind.
No, so first let us establish how to discuss something which we don't know. Somebody says, it's my holding hands with somebody. And I said, but that's a very small affair. No, it isn't that, it's sleeping with somebody. Even then it's a very small affair.
I read the Time magazine. It was said that a handshake might be like 10,000 orgasms.
Yes, call it what you like, sir. But that's not the point. So it is all, you reduce it all to such trivial affair, right?
10,000 orgasms?
Even million, but it's childish, isn't it? It reduces everything to one concept. Reduce a vast, complex problem which man has been trying, not just you and I only, through centuries upon centuries, to say it is just sleeping with a woman. Well, I mean, it reduces absurdity. And therefore they have said love of God.
Perhaps love is something that we created to justify what we really want.
Now, sir, first, would you kindly find out, here is a question which involves whole of mankind, not your particular pleasure or displeasure, not what Time magazine says or the Newsweek says, or the priest or my family says. So I want to find out how to look at this enormous problem, not reduce it to my particular fancy. Right?
I don't see how we can talk about love, define it, if we don't really know what it is. So
No, but what we are trying to find out, what is the state of mind that can find out, that can know?
It's important not to know.
Yes, sir, but
well, we can see perhaps.
what's that to begin with?
Certainly love is not a thing, it's now subjective and objective.
You understand, sir? Throughout the world, the religions have said there is sacred and profane love, right?
Yes.
Throughout the world, not just Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, all kinds of sects have said this. And they have said to reach God, whatever that may mean, you must have no sex.
Why not?
You must be a bachelor. And look at the whole Roman Catholic world that's fighting now, because the priests are saying we must also marry. And to say, well, holding a woman's hand or a man's hand is the ultimate, or sleeping with her is the ultimate, you reduce it to such potty little thing.
How can you say it's happy? I mean, we make a statement like, we said, we don't know what love is about. And through the ages, we have given a different definition. We say, I sleep with woman, that's the way I know how to express love. That's the way I feel it. I cannot, in that sense, make a judgment to say that is not love, that is part
No, therefore I say, hold on, don't make a judgment.
Yeah, so but what we are looking for is an absolutely unconditional mind, removed from all relationships that have been taught to us after love. And then get into a state of mind in which we can experience this feeling, analyze it.
That's
and know
right,
what it is.
that's right.
But you are
Otherwise you're merely discussing verbally.
But you are destroying this state of mind.
How?
You object to the particular statements of the Catholic Church of this.
I
church
don't
or that.
object. I don't object. I say there have been 1,000 ways of defining love. 1,000 ways of saying it is this, it is not that. 1,000 ways of people pursuing that. So what are we doing? Are we caught in the same pattern? You follow so? Or are we introducing a pattern which is what I like? Because for the moment I enjoy it. Therefore I like it. Therefore I say that is love. So shouldn't we, to find out what it is, be free of these inclinations, prejudices, if conditioning, and look.
Then you'll be asking for a state of Maya, which is going to examine, like you talked about the totality of fear.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes.
It's totality of love. We're looking for the something.
Not the something.
The whole experience. I'm just using it as a rule.
Quite. Then how will you find out?
That is our quest.
Therefore, I say, for goodness sake, don't be caught in the old pattern.
But you can't necessarily reject it.
I don't say reject it. Don't be caught in it. Don't look at this whole problem from a small little point of view. Whether it's personal or Catholic or Hindu or whatever it is. Because this is a tremendous problem, you follow, sir? It isn't a juvenile problem or teenage problem. It's the problem of whole of mankind throughout the world. Right?
But supposing we do reach a mind, supposing we are...
No, you can't suppose. Then you're...
Well, I mean, that is something to think about, because when I am fighting for something, when I'm striving for something, the essential idea for me is I will get there. And therefore, in my mind, I go through these suppositions. Supposing I were to reach that state of mind, would I really be able to experience...
But sir, look, you probably may or may not. Which means you are not inquiring and coming upon it. You want to reach it. The two things are entirely different. If you want to reach it, you can take STP or LSD or QD or whatever it is. And then you will reach it. You will take a journey. But that doesn't solve the problem, you follow? So how will you, from the beginning, find out what it is?
This is an interesting statement. You said it doesn't solve the problem, but you get you to reach it like LSD.
STP is still further.
Right. How do you use STP? Conditions that you have been told, the relationships that you've been about, to be removed. You will be in a state of mind to be able to experience.
You will find out.
Have you found out, sir?
Huh?
Have you tried it?
What, STP? I haven't taken STP or LSD or QD. No, I am not. But for me, any dependence on something which will give me an experience is a very destructive way of living. Well, that's for my feeling. I wouldn't touch it.
What is a destructive way of living?
Huh?
What is not a destructive way of living?
We're going to find out. So first, you ask what is love? Look what has taken place. You define it. Huh? If you're a very ardent Catholic, you define another way. And so on. We define it and hold on to our definition. To our experience, to what we have been told. And I say, for goodness sake, that way you'll never find out. Therefore, can you put away these conditions, this conditioning, first? And this conditioning depend on your pleasure. I like to think love is to sleep with a woman. And I say that is the end of all existence. Or to blazes with God and all the rest of it. This is good enough for me. But that says, you follow, that doesn't answer anything.
But how can you examine pleasure when you throw it away?
I'm not throwing it away. Therefore, we have to see how we have to learn how we can look at things first. Right, sir? So, can we, through negation, come to the positive? Right? I don't know if you follow what I mean. Huh? Yes. If I know what it is not, then perhaps I can come to find out what it is.
Sorry, establishing what it is not.
Huh? Just a minute. What's that?
Establishing what it is not. Do we not go through the same relationships that we use to say what love is?
No. I know, say, for example, jealousy is not love. Is it?
Could be.
No, wait on. Hate, all right, take hate. Is hate love?
Yes, in many cases it could be.
What do you mean?
I don't know what love is, so I can't say.
Oh, no, wait on. Sir, don't let's reduce it to ad absurdum. Let's take it. I love you. I say I love you. And I want to be with you. And presently I find that you don't want to be with me, but with somebody else. And I begin to hate you and that somebody else. Is that love? Huh? Is that the result of it?
No.
No, but don't stick to one thing.
No.
I say I love you. And presently, after a month or two or a year, whatever it is, you turn away from me. And I'm jealous of you. Is that, in that jealousy there is hate, there is conflict, there is brutality, there is violence. Is that love?
No.
You don't know? So you have to find out if love has love a quality of violence in it. Right? Violence which expresses itself in jealousy, in fear. Right? Now, is that the nature of love? I don't know. You say you don't know. How are we going to find out?
If we follow this pattern of reaching the answer in a negative form, like saying, we'll say this is not love. We take a thing like jealousy, for example. Now, jealousy has already been defined.
Are we?
It's to be something.
No, wait, sir. Therefore, let's begin to find out what is jealousy. You follow? Look, sir, no, this is little more complex than that. I say I love you. And for a year we have lived together. And presently you turn away from me. And I don't like it at all. What I have called love has turned into jealousy. Because you no longer belong to me. Right? So I say, as long as you belong to me, I love you. But the moment you don't, I begin to hate you. Huh? That means as long as you satisfy my demands, as long as I can rely that you will satisfy my demands, sex, company, all the rest of it, I love you. But the moment you cease to supply what I want, I don't like you. And is love based on like and dislike? You follow? Which means is love based on desire. You follow, sir? Because I've desired you, you have given me all you want, and one beau jour, you say, no, I'm looking to somebody else. So there is antagonism between us. So is antagonism part of love? Or has antagonism nothing to do with love?
In other words, if I am jealous of somebody, is that being jealous also involve the quality of love?
Of course not. How can it? When you want to hit me, because I have turned away from you, can you call that love? I know, but so don't say you don't know.
No, I really don't know. I cannot truly say that jealousy cannot be a part of it.
I mean, this would not be love, this would be desire.
No, don't reduce it, sir. Look, his question is, he doesn't know. He says, I don't know. Violence may be part of love. Violence in the sense, I hate you the moment you don't belong to me.
Because I desire your love.
No, not desire. Sir, no, it's much more complex than that.
You must look when
I have depended on you. You have nourished me psychologically.
Yes.
You have sustained me. You have given me your body, your emotions, your encouragement. You have given me a certain feeling of security, a certain feeling of well-being, all that you have given me.
And you will say this would be love?
That I have accepted as love. And presently, you say, well, I like that man better. And therefore I am lost.
And what about masochists?
That is a different thing, sir. I am lost. So if there is a dependence of any kind, is that love?
No.
How did it?
If I hold something, I believe love is a spontaneous.
You believe,
spontaneous
not a
thing.
question of belief. It's nothing to...
Yes. If I am in love, I feel the spontaneous now of this love, And I don't try to keep this situation with my hands, to keep for furthermore. And in this case, I don't fall in hate.
No, so that is a supposition. And we are not supposing anything, we are dealing with facts.
Yes, yes.
We're not dealing with words. We are dealing with words, not facts.
That's right. First, let us differentiate with the word and the fact. That is, the word is not the fact. So we must be very careful not get caught in words and get lost, and the facts go away. So what we are trying to find out is what is love. And we say, I really don't know. There have been 10,000 explanations, 10,000 sanctions, orders and all the rest of it. One doesn't know. Now, how am I going to find out?
Look, when I am feeling jealousy, in that moment, if I look at myself, I know the truth that that is not love.
All right.
But I must look at the emotion, not the
Which
word
means
jealousy.
what? Which means that you are capable of looking at love, at jealousy, and knowing that it is not love.
Yes. That's the question. How can I look?
No, not how. First I go slowly. We were saying, perhaps I may be able to find out what love is through what it is not. Right? I see dependence is not love. Right? Because dependence involves fear, jealousy, anxiety, a battle in relationship. And I say all that is not obviously love. When my wife hits me out of anger, it's obvious it's not love. It may be for my good. But she might tell me in a different way. You follow, sir? So, can I, through negation, come to the positive?
If I like a low man person, for example, my wife, in spite of the fact that he has got up to my life, that is surely one form of love.
What? I can't hear quite.
If somebody has gone off with my wife, and I love him in spite of that surely is one form of love.
If, you see, you're introducing a conditional factor. If my wife runs away with another man and I love that man, but is that so? Do I love that man when my wife runs away? My God. Now you see, we must go slowly, step by step. No? It was.
If my wife goes away with a man and I still love the wife.
Then it's very simple. No, but let's begin. Can I find out through negation, come upon what is love? Can I negate so completely, you follow? Not casually, not verbally, not cleverly. Can I negate jealousy, which is a very strong instinct in most people? Can I negate jealousy completely? Is that possible?
Yes.
I can't get by negating anything. I can't get to the fact because I don't know if there would be another fact too, which I haven't still negated. So I never get on the pure fact.
No, sir. Wait, sir. Jealousy. I'm only taking just one thing. I have depended on you as wife or husband, as a friend or whatever it is, and you have sustained me in various ways. And you die or you turn to somebody else. Then the whole emotional balance is destroyed in you. And this disturbance, which I don't like, is called jealousy. Wait, so that's a fact.
Yes, that's a fact.
So can I be free of this dependence? Which, no, sir. Which means I have discovered through dependence what is involved in it: the pain, the anxiety, the hate, the violence, the jealousy, the anxiety, the turning to another, and all that. Can I, seeing all that, wipe it away, which then gives me complete freedom from all dependence? That otherwise, then we are just talking words. But we know what jealousy is, sir. We know what jealousy is, don't we?
I know what its definition, what it's defined for me is, I've heard...
No, the feeling, sir, the feeling of jealousy, the feeling of dependence.
To know that, we have to know it now.
Not only now, but throughout life. Life is this. I depend on
But
you.
isn't it a memory now?
No, sir, it is a memory. But actually what takes place, I like you for various reasons. Maybe absurd, maybe genuine, maybe passing. I like you. And the whole process begins, right? And after a year, I look to somebody else, right? This happens in life, sir, right? All the time. And then I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm angry, I'm lonely, I'm bitter. Now, is all that love? Right? If it is not, then I'll have nothing to do with it, because I want to find out what love is.
But you are the one that is persisting in dealing with it.
But that's life. I don't persist.
But you have created a structure.
No, it is. So this is life. This is happening every minute of our life. It isn't I have created it.
Well, you're creating it right now here for us.
Wait.
We asked what was love, and you immediately handed us jealousy.
No, I haven't handed it to you. It's there already.
Yes, but so is the Treasury of the United States, but we don't bring that in here.
So, we've said, how am I to find out what love is, right? Right? That's very simple. Now, how am I to find out?
Well, if I'm concerned with the question of finding out how love is, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Then what would you do?
I would be going off and following my feeling.
Wait! If you are
in the
going,
biggest sense of the word.
If you are going to follow your feelings, they might lead you anywhere.
That's right. It's a danger I have to face.
Therefore, before you wander off, is it not wise to inquire?
I feel that only burdens me with the mistakes of the people who have talked to me.
No, how can it? Now, wait, sir. Are you so completely independent, your feelings, your thoughts, your state, which is totally disassociated with all the rest of mankind?
That's an interesting question. I don't think I can make any assumption other than that I am.
No. What are you? You say the assumption is, I am.
I think I must assume that in order to pursue my life.
All right, but what are you? You are the result of society, of your father, all that. You are that.
Yes, but I'm not going to learn what I am by asking someone else.
No,
to tell me what
but
they
you can, no sir, but you can find out what you are by looking at yourself.
But not by talking with someone else. And you...
No, it helps to talk only.
I think it hurts to talk only.
No, listen sir, it helps to talk, to clarify.
I think it serves to rigidify.
All right.
And you've said that yourself.
I said, look, we are talking in order to find out. I'm not laying down the law. I'm not the Delphic oracle. I say, look, let us talk it over. Don't build a resistance. Inquire. Let's both find out.
But those are words.
Not to me.
Well, to me, they are contradicted by the structure of the way the thing is presented. To me, the words when you say you are not an oracle are contradicted by the structure which you're participating in.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. We started out asking ourselves what love is. You or another or 10 different people can give me a definition of it. Those definitions do not satisfy me. I want to find out, I want to feel it, I want to know deeply what the nature of that thing is. I can't just go off by myself and do what I want because I may be just stupid.
I think you've stated it very well, but I think that the consequences of what you've just stated are different than what we have been embarking on. And I think you're responsible for that.
Then how do you want to correct it? I'm willing to be corrected. I want to know how shall I approach it a different way?
I think that the very question that you've posed, what is love, contains the end of the question. The entire structure.
Wait up. I ask you what is love. Have I answered it? How do I know what it means?
It is impossible for me to tell you what love is, and yet you ask me. Why do
I
you
don't ask you. I don't ask you. I'm asking myself.
Well, I perceived you asking us.
No. I was asking. No, sir. We were asking each other. I was not asking you to tell me or I to tell you. We are saying, what is this problem that man has been burdened for centuries?
But is it a problem? That also is something you gave us.
No, sir, I'm given to you. There is a howling mess in the world. There's misery in the world. It's not I'm giving you. Two people are in battle. There's divorce. There are children. It is there, boiling under our nose. You can't say somebody has given it to us or not given it to us. It is there.
But it may happen to me, love, and then I see in totally that it is a communion. It is something of giving, and I see in this I see in a spontaneous manner in this moment that it is something more than giving, than to seek, to want. And if I look on this total fact, I may find out what love would be. I may arrive on this, on a...
Sir,
I believe it is...
the moment you say...
Sir, excuse me. I guess the question is, are we finding out what love is now? Or
you are
is
not.
It just throwing words
Yes,
back
that's
and
it.
forth?
You are not, because we are not willing to go into it step by step.
Well, that is perhaps a problem. Like, for instance, people come and listen to you, or they listen to a hell of a lot of other people, and it's just wordplay, you know. It's
Of
very
course,
seldom
of
happens
course.
that people sit down and they want to find
Of course,
out.
sir.
But perhaps the question is, how are we to have that interest in things and in our problem?
I mean, it must be a problem to you, isn't it?
It's a problem to me. I like, for instance, you say every talk, whether I told you was serious, I don't feel serious.
Huh?
I'm not a serious person.
May I ask, is there a problem, any problem, if I see that this or that, it's spontaneous moment, that this or that is not love, I let it. It is a way.
Sir,
And may it not
when
happen.
you say if,
Yes, of course.
I have already wiped it out.
Yes. So I will say, in the same moment I see that I'm hating, it is a way, this hating, and I shall arrive on love. It may happen to me, because I see what is not love, in the same moment it is a way. It is not love.
Excuse me, sir. Are you interested to find out what love is?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. But I see, I mean, it can only happen
How do you
as
feel
a...
this interest? How do you feel it?
I
Does
don't,
it
I
just
don't want...
happen that symbols turn around into your head, in your head? Is it just symbols that you're trying to find out?
I would say
Have you
to
ever,
know.
Have you ever experienced real interest in something?
Of course.
Are you interested in his replies? I was just going to say, are you interested in finding out what interest is?
I don't know.
Well, you seem to be. Why are you asking?
Interesse comes from the Latin. It means to be in the fact. Yes, of course. To be in the fact. To want, wanting to be in the fact. Searching to be in the fact.
To be in the fact? What
In the fact. Interesse. Esse means being. In this being. I want to be in this being. I am interpressed in this thing, we could say.
Why don't we approach it step by step, as you suggested?
I don't know, sir.
Let's try it.
So we have a problem. I mean, there are a lot of conflict. The solution to the conflict lies in two ways. The solution is within myself, but I must be well informed to arrive at the solution. Now, I am listening to you and I'm listening to these people because I want to be well informed to arrive at the solution that I can reach. The solution lies within me. Well, I agree with you that step by step might work. I don't know. I want to try it.
Then let us try it, sir. For God's sake, otherwise we'll spend the whole morning talking about it. Let's try it. First, we say we don't know, right? And is my mind capable of judging?
Yes, I think so.
You follow, sir? Because I must be very clear when I examine jealousy that my mind is capable of looking at it. Because I may like jealousy, it's part of the excitement. So first, when we posit a question, we must be capable of looking at that question first. What are the implications involved in that question, right? Then, am I capable of going into it step by step without coming to any conclusion? Because the moment I conclude, I've already blocked.
So looking at jealousy and listening to you, I find that at the same time I'm also thinking of other things and I'm listening to other people.
Of course, of course.
And so that the actual looking at jealousy seems to be a movement towards it away from it and to other things and towards it again, and so it's very fragmentary.
Therefore, one has to have the energy to keep at it, at one thing. Not wander off and come back, wander off and come back.
How does one get the energy if one doesn't have it?
How does one get that energy if one doesn't have it?
One looks at everything in fact.
No, you have the energy because you are interested in it. You want to find out.
So then we get back to Christian's question, you see. So if my mind is doing this, then it seems that I'm not really interested.
Obviously not.
Yeah.
A man who is interested in earning money, because he has no money at all, he wants food, he doesn't say, well, I want food and think about something else. He says, my God, I must have food, and keeps at it.
Yeah, so the question comes, I'm not interested. And why am I not interested?
Because you're, why should you be interested?
And I find it's not pleasant to be interested, because if I look at my jealousy, I'm in a state of
Therefore, which means what? You are afraid to look.
Yes.
Therefore, you wander away from it and come back to it when it suits you.
That's right.
Play that game if you want to. But if you say, look, I want to find out.
Let's say use.
Huh?
Let's say use then. Usually. So tell us then.
We are doing it, sir.
Come on.
Mustn't we first observe ourselves
Go on, madam.
Mustn't we first observe ourselves in our various kinds of relationships?
Mustn't we first observe ourselves in our
That's we are doing that. Look, please, let's begin again. We have asked a very simple question: what is love? And by looking at it, it becomes more and more complex. Not just holding a hand. It becomes an enormously complex problem, right? And can my mind, which is so small, you follow, sir? Petty, anxious, look at this enormous problem. So I cannot, right? Therefore, I have to look at myself first, not the problem, right? Let's begin, slowly, let's begin. I have to look at myself, not at the question. What is love? Now, I am composed, I've been put together through centuries to be a Hindu or a Christian or a Catholic or whatever it is. I am conditioned, right? Now, can this conditioned mind look at this enormous problem? No. Obviously not. So is it possible, go step by step, for me to uncondition myself? Not at the end of life, you follow, step by step, every day little bit chipping off, but to cut it off entirely. And I can only do it when the problem is intense. I don't know if you're following. And to me, this problem is tremendously vital. And I haven't time to say, well, little by little I'll uncondition myself when it suits me. So I must find a way of unconditioning myself immediately. Right?
And to do that you have to be very intense.
No, but I am intense. Because this is an immense problem which I want to resolve. It's a pain to me. It is like a hungry man that wants food. It isn't artificially made intense.
I don't feel that intensity very much.
You haven't got it. Well, tant pis.
I always want to get. What about good health? Is it important?
Huh?
Good health.
Of course, good health is important.
What do you mean by good health?
Eating right food.
What do you mean by right food?
Wait. Eating right food, seeing that you have the right protein and the right kind of protein and balanced diet and all the rest of it, so that we can easily find out. So, look at my problem, what is involved in this thing. I start with a very simple question of what is love, and I have found myself caught in something which is enormous problem, which is I can't understand this and this question as long as I am conditioned.
Can I ask, is your problem to love or your problem to understand what is love?
No, to love.
It's not. Your
To-
problem is to love.
Quite right. But I say I cannot love as long as there's jealousy. I want to love you. I want to give everything I have, and I do. But when you turn away, I become jealous, and therefore it becomes an anxiety, a pain, and all the rest of it.
So I can't love as long as there is fear, which is also
Obviously.
But I also can't find out as long
Wait,
as there is fear.
therefore I'm doing it. You see, you can't go step by step into this. You introduce other factors. Can I uncondition myself immediately? Because the problem demands an immediate response. You follow, sir?
I don't understand how the conditioning interferes with your capacity to love. I mean, Catholic priests fall in love, much to their displeasure, and to the disrepute of the church.
Yes, sir. But falling in love with a woman and marrying her, and then later turning that woman moves away from him, begins the whole circus. This is well known. This is life.
I don't understand what you're saying now. I don't understand the relevance to the issue. There is a mess in the world, yes, but I don't understand the excessive, it seems to me, excessive confusion that you seem to introduce.
Sir, there is confusion. What am I to do? I am confused, and it's no, therefore I must unconfuse myself. No? That's my first job.
It seems that we do what we call falling in love because we don't feel independent enough to not need to have someone next to us to become a part of us. We find out why we don't.
Sir, I can say. Sir, look, sir. I love. I feel full of affection, tenderness, care. And I am not alone in the world. There are other people. There is the government which says, go and kill. There is the church which says, worship God. There are my own feelings, confused, uncertain. So what am I to do? Right, sir? So I say to myself, I love people. And I'm torn by my own desires. I'm confused. So I say to myself, my friend, stop being concerned about love, this and that. See if you cannot clear up your own confusion. First, Right? Now, do you know you are confused? Go step by step. Do you know you are confused, or you know because I tell you? Huh?
I know I'm confused.
Right, you know. So it is your baby, your food. It's yours. Now, what are you going to do? How will you clear up this confusion?
Examining each problem.
Because your mind is still confused. You can't examine.
You have to love it.
Huh? No. But please, be simple about it. Don't say you have to love it, you have to examine it. Your mind is confused. You cannot love it, it is confused.
But this looking on this fact is acting. As long as I am acting, I am in confusion.
So first, when you are confused, stop. Don't act, don't say this is right, this is wrong, this I must do, this I must not do. Stop. Right?
Yes.
Right, sir? Right?
No, not stop. Look at.
Please.
Stop is an action too. If I stop something.
Looking is an action too.
Yes.
Sir, please.
Is it possible to stop?
Huh?
Is it possible to stop?
Therefore, you will stop if the confusion is strong. When you are lost in a wood, what do, sir? You stop. You don't go around chasing. You stop and look.
Do I?
Haven't you ever been lost in a wood? Then go and get lost and you'll find out.
You take the responsibility?
As one is confused, it's no good asking somebody else out of my confusion for clarity. You are not. I'm afraid we are not too serious about all this, are we?
Yes, I think it's like the stream out there. We get so used to it that we don't even hear it anymore.
That's right.
Can we go into stopping?
I'm doing it. I am confused. And there is nobody to tell me which direction to go. No priest, no father, no society, nobody. Because they have led me to this confusion, right? The society, the parents, the church, the literature, the Bible, everything has brought me to this. So there is nobody I can trust anymore. I am confused. Therefore I say, by Jove, all that I can do first is stop. Right? Stop moving in any direction. Right? Right, sir? Can you do it?
To a certain extent.
No! You don't go around the woods and say, I'm stopping to a certain extent. You stop. Comment? J'ai pas compris là.
It doesn't stay like that. It is only for the moment, I believe the question would be.
Is that it?
Ça revient toujours.
Ça revient toujours.
Returns again.
On s'arrête, mais pas pour longtemps.
Il faut s'arrêter pour longtemps.
But we have all these relationships, which are confused relationships.
Look, wait, madam, look. I am confused. And whatever I do is still confusion, right? So first I must learn to stop.
When you are in the woods, you don't learn to stop. You just stop.
Stop, all right, stop. Do it.
I don't think so. You just do it.
So, yesterday you talked about the feeling of isolation and solitude. Now, the idea of stopping, the confusion that is there, the confusion isn't in my mind. I want to stop. But I can't tell whether in stopping I am going into isolation or I'm going into solitude.
So don't you know what it means to stop all action so as to find out what is right, what is false? I'm confused, therefore I won't listen to anybody, because out of my confusion I can't understand anything. Out of my confusion I can never find out what is right or wrong action. I can only do that when I'm completely stopped acting, stopped thinking even. You follow, sir? Don't smoke, sir. Not in the tent, if you don't mind. Sorry. So can you, for the time being, stop looking, asking, questioning, knowing that in whatever direction, at whatever level, or to whatever person you look to, you are looking from with the eyes, with the mind, with the heart that's confused.
But society forces us to act.
I refuse to act.
So they put you in prison?
Let them put me in prison. You people are all so scared. You want to do something.
Can't I feel in the moment that any acting, any doing would be not the right way? So I do nothing more. So I stop actually.
Stop, sir, stop. So which means my mind is capable of being quiet. Right? Right? Right, sir? Is it quiet? Not chasing the tail of its own tail?
Well, I can't. I keep thinking.
Then be quiet, sir, for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or a minute. Be quiet to look. Otherwise you can't, your answers, your look will be confused. Right? So can you be quiet to look? So when the mind is quiet, you're no longer confused, right? Right, sir?
Yeah, but the mind is quiet. The mind is quiet. You're no longer confused. Conscious.
No. So you can, from confusion, when the mind is quiet, because it has stopped, because it wants to understand confusion, the moment it is quiet, it's no longer confused. Even, right, sir? You meditate about it, you will see what you come to.
Out of this quiet happens love.
How do you know? How do you know?
I know it in the moment. Nobody has told me once.
Sir, your mind isn't quiet first.
Sir, a quiet mind can't be any mind, because mind, there's got to be some sort of an action.
You see, you made a statement that A mind must be in action, it can never be quiet.
Mind is action.
Mind is action, therefore it can never be quiet. That is a conclusion, isn't it? Yeah. But therefore, by concluding and sticking to your conclusion, you never find out whether it is...
You're concluding too, sir. You say that the mind has to be still. That is...
I didn't conclude. I said, look, sir. No, you see, I said when you are lost in a wood, well, you stop, don't you?
Probably. Well, no one have ever stopped because no one have gone out of this life happy anyway.
No, I'm not talking of... sir, just a minute, sir. I'm talking about getting lost in a wood. I have been several times. And I stop and I look. I don't get frightened, I don't follow. I look. And then look at these various directions quietly and then take a direction. You follow? It may be wrong, but I move in that direction. If it is wrong, I come back. Now, in the same way, I am confused. Therefore, the first thing is, after not listening to anybody, etc., I must stop. Stopping means a quiet mind, not a chasing mind. To be quiet physically, to sit quietly. And from that quietness, I look. Then I see, by Jove, there is no confusion as long as my mind is quiet.
But sir, you're lost in the wood, and whether you stop or you go, you're lost. If you're not lost, then you know where you are, and then you aren't lost.
Therefore, I am lost in the wood, which means I'm confused. You go back to the simile, sir. Don't... I'm confused. And there is nobody to tell me the direction. So first, I must stop asking, questioning, demanding. And being quiet, I find, by Jove, that very quietness is a state of mind in which there is no confusion. From that I can act.
Sorry, I don't understand. I must stop. I stop or I...
Si, vous avez raison. I stop. La façon de parler.
Sir, you know where the answer comes from, when it comes?
No. That's a different problem. This is really important, sirs, what we are discussing. It is not, don't let's make it all into a terrific problem. Life is an appalling problem. And my life is an appalling problem, and I have to understand it. I can only understand it when I don't chase around. I must be quiet, look.
If I see that there is no more confusion, if I stop forever. I stop forever. I don't act anymore, furthermore. But there is action.
Sir, when you say that you stop forever...
No, this we can't say. We can't say because we can only do it for the moment.
Do it for the moment, that's good enough, sir.
Yes.
I think that's enough this morning, don't you? No?
You asked. Are you tired?
Little.
What's love, sir?
What is love? I'll tell you. It's a state of mind in which there is no conflict. And which has never been touched by conflict.
That is a conclusion, sir?
No. That's a fact to me.
What is the conclusion to me?
Tant pis. Don't accept any conclusion. He asked me what love is to me. Huh? It's not a conclusion.
But like you said, he asked you what love is, and you answered being a state of mind where there's no conflict. Now, this is what you think.
Not think.
You know.
No.
You feel.
No.
Could I ask you some questions about your thoughts about the school now?
Not now, sir. We'll do it another time.